The controversial social media influencer Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan are believed to have left Romania on a private jet heading to the US. The Tate brothers, who are joint UK-US nationals, were arrested in Romania 3 years ago, and they face trial on allegations of rape, trafficking minors and money laundering, all of which they deny. Well, our correspondent in Bucharest, Nick Thorpe, has more details.
Well, I've seen pictures this morning of Andrew Tate waving from the steps of a private jet just before it left Băneasa Airport here in Bucharest. We also know from Romanian sources that these are dual citizens, so they hold both American and British passports. And I understand perhaps one of the conditions of their release was that they would travel to the United States. Obviously, they're wanted. There's a warrant for their arrest in the United Kingdom. So if they had stayed in Europe or in a European Union country, they would have been required, those countries would have been required to extradite them, presumably, to Britain. So as far as we know, that's why they've traveled to the United States.
When you got a 34-time felon and adjudicated rapist in the White House, rapists and child traffickers are drawn to the country, because there's definitely no question as to why the Tate brothers have apparently arrived in Florida.
Remind us of what the interest is from the new Trump administration when it comes to these two men.
Right. Andrew Tate backed Donald Trump's election campaign very strongly, and clearly there's some kind of quid pro quo. Since Mr. Trump took office, there has been pressure, public and private. We know this from a Financial Times article and other articles in recent weeks on the Romanian government, enormous pressure on the Romanian government. So it's unimaginable, really, that they would have been released and allowed to fly to the United States had it not been for this pressure from the United States.
Donald Trump is vowing to deport migrants, including refugees. And I guess the plan is to replace them with accused rapists running from the law. You ever notice that no matter how much anti-crime and anti-human trafficking talk that comes from this guy, he's always happy to surround himself with those very same people? So since the Tates are said to have landed in Florida, what does the governor think of all this?
Is he welcome here? What the state do to send back to Romania or whatever?
We have no involvement in that. I read about it through the media. Clearly, the federal government has jurisdiction, whether they want to rebuff his entry into the United States, and I have confidence that whether it's Pam Bondi or Kristi Noem, that they will be looking at that. I do know our Attorney General, James Uthmeyer, is looking at what state hooks and jurisdiction we may have to be able to deal with this. But the reality is no, Florida is not a place where you're welcome with that type of conduct in the air. And I don't know how it came to this. We were not involved. We were not notified.
Ron DeSantis doesn't know how it came to this. Maybe it all happened while he was trying to go back to his political roots by emulating Donald Trump and Elon Musk.
I'm pleased to announce that we are launching a comprehensive initiative to continue to streamline our government and to continue to eliminate unnecessary bureaucracy and to continue to ensure tax dollars are used in the most efficient way possible. We are creating a state DOGE task force that will implement a multi-pronged approach to eliminating bureaucratic bloat and modernizing our state government to best serve the people of Florida in the years ahead. This will be just similar to the federal DOGE. It's going to be a limited amount of time. It'll be a one-year term. It will sunset following the completion of the mission. Now, we've already been looking at things that we can do leading into this upcoming legislative session, and we've already earmarked over 70 state boards and commission for abolishment and to sunset them.
You know, it's almost like when really bad people completely refuse to serve the people that elected them, things start to fall apart all around them. You know, because there's no way Ron DeSantis can sit there with a straight face and vehemently push back on the arrival of Andrew Tate and his brother after accepting and making excuses for the well-documented behavior of Donald Trump, a guy that he copied all the way up until he embarrassingly ran against him for president.
Everyone knows my husband, Ron DeSantis, is endorsed by President Trump, but he's also an amazing dad. Ron loves playing with the kids.
Build the wall.
He reads stories.
Then Mr. Trump said, "You're fired." I love that part.
He's teaching Madison to talk.
Make America great again.
People say Ron's all Trump, but he is so much more.
Big league. So good.
I just thought you should know.
So let's not start clutching our pearls now that the felonious president has invited this guy, who also likes to repeat the most vile positions of another garbage human being that happens to be illegally destroying our government.
My heart goes out to all of you.
My heart goes out to you.
You know, I'm kind of thinking we should bring the Nazi salute back. Because the people we've been arguing with for the last 4 years have no interest in objective truth. Hail SpaceX!
Let's tie this all together real quick, okay? So accused and admitted rapist and trafficker Andrew Tate was busted in Romania for those activities. Donald Trump, accused and admitted sexual assaulter, pressured Romania to lift travel restrictions on him, leading them to land in Florida, where Governor Ron DeSantis, another Trump and Elon Musk lackey, doesn't want them, despite his continued political imitation of their policies. All this while Americans are losing their jobs at important agencies that ensure safety and security for the country, and everyday costs rise for the sake of enriching the oligarchs that surround the president, like Elon Musk. But they want you to call this Making America Great, just because they've fawned over the worst people in the world and forced their presence on the rest of us. So where's Nancy Mace, the self-described Republican crusader against sexual assault and the protector of women?
Andrew, we have a special guest that is joining us right now, somebody who noticed that you would be on our show and wanted to say hello. This is the attorney for President Trump, somebody who has been a fighter for the America First Party. Her name is Alina Habba, and she joins us live right now.
Hi.
Hello, Alina.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. I'm a big fan.
Well, nice
Big
to meet
fan.
you. I'm a fan. You're the one saving Trump. You're doing more important work than me.
America, not just Trump. And I agree with everything you just said. And I think that your anger is the same that President Trump has for our country. And the time is now for us to stop being wimps. I think that's exactly the right sentiment. And I also have to say that I sympathize with you because I think you go through a lot of the same show me the person, I'll find the crime that President Trump has gone through. I agree with everything you say. And I have your back out here in the States. And when I saw that you were going to be on, I said to Benny, I have to meet Andrew Tate. There is literally only one person with the same amount of anger and fire, and that's probably me and President Trump. But it's because you love what's right. And you're being under siege, and I see it, and just keep fighting. I mean, I'm here for it. You know, there is no time anymore for weakness. We are being destroyed, and we need strong, powerful voices like yours. And yeah, I got your back over here.
Well, I tell you, if I ever get stateside, and I think I will sooner or later, if I ever need a lawyer, I'll be calling your phone.